What can I do if I have a vulnerable person living with me on a site or roadside? You may not have enough space in your home to follow some of the advice which has been put forward for people who live in houses. But try and do what you can with the space that you've got available. If you're not able to keep a safe distance from a vulnerable person you live with, you should always ask your local council for advice and support to be able to do this. Try and limit the time any vulnerable family member spends in shared spaces with you, like your kitchen, your bathroom or your sitting area, and keep these spaces well aired with windows open where possible. If you are living roadside in a trailer or other small confined spaces, ask your local authority if there is a stopping place that they can allocate where you can have your door open or where you're able to step outside without creating a risk to members of the public if you're infected. Always aim to keep at least 2 metres away from vulnerable people you live with and encourage them to sleep in different beds where possible. If you share a toilet and bathroom with a vulnerable person, it's important that you clean them every time you use them, for example by wiping down surfaces that you've come into direct contact with. Another tip is to consider drawing up a rota for bathing with a vulnerable person using the facilities first. If you're using communal showers and toilets on a site, you'll need to ask the site manager to coordinate this. If you're living roadside or on a site with no facilities, you should ask the public health team or the Gypsy and Traveller liaison team at your local council or your site manager to assist you with being able to get access to clean running water and a toilet that you're able to use. If you have your own garden or outside space, it's fine to use at the same time as the vulnerable person, as long as you're making sure you keep 2 metres away. But if possible, you should aim to use the outside areas separately. If you're living on a site, you can ask the site manager to identify a safe space where you can go outside without coming into direct contact with others. We understand that it's going to be difficult for some people to separate themselves from others at home, but you should do your best to follow this guidance